I guess I'll ask you now about the hunger strike, the background to it, why he did it.
Hmm. Um, as you know, in the northern communities, healthcare is very poor. It's very limited, and it's always been like that. But when we first moved to Sandy Lake in the 70s, 74, uh, my son Thomas was a baby, and we had no telephones. The only telephone in the community was at the nursing station, and it was like a CB radio connected to the to Silcout hospital. And the only other phone that was there was the chief's phone, and that was my father-in-law, Josiah's dad. And we had no plumbing. There was no airports. And my son got sick. Our baby got sick. He was 6 months old. He had he got really sick, and took him to the nursing station, and he got medevaced out without us. Only the nurse and the doctor in a float plane. No big plane, just a small little plane. Got medevaced to Silcout. We got left behind as parents. We didn't know what was happening because we had no communication. And then one day we get a call and says you have to come to the nursing station. Then we got there. The doctor talked to us and he said, "Your son is not gonna make it. Your baby is not gonna make it." So they flew us out finally. Only in a dire situation they flew us out, and we got the Silcout, and they took us into to where my son was, our baby, and he was lying on his stomach, and I could tell he was very weak. And then Josiah says, "I'll go in first." So he went in first, and we had a nickname for him. He said his nickname, and all of a sudden his head popped up. He recognized. I went in, and he hadn't ate for days. He was dehydrated, and I told the nurse, "Go get me Jello and pudding." So they went and I fed him. He ate the whole thing. It's not the sickness that almost killed him. It was the system, the lack of services that should have been made for one of us to accompany him. But because he went alone, he was lonely. He almost died from loneliness. And then he recovered. And then after that, Josiah made it it was his desire to have better health services, to have more access